Recollections May Vary, a royal recap. In this week's Wild World of the Windsors, we'll discuss the Spencer family's efforts to reunite Prince William and Harry, more trademark trouble for American Riviera Orchard, and a new most popular royal is crowned. You might just be surprised. Plus more. I'm Kinsey Schofield here with Kevin O'Sullivan. You watch us together on his talk program, The Political Asylum with Kevin O'Sullivan. So double the trouble, double the fun. Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Kinsey.
We love to talk about the royal family. I have so much fun with you when we talk about the royal family. We specifically have really gone in lately on Meghan Markle's American Riviera Orchard. Here we are, September, nothing available for sale on her website, and the Daily Express reporting that she's had another U.S. trademark rejection. Just hearing that headline alone, what's your first reaction?
Well, I think the American Riviera Orchard saga is extraordinary. I mean, she launched it amid much fanfare back in March. So what is that, 6 months or so? She still has not sold a single item, and that is on the basis that there is not a single item for sale. Nothing has been put up for sale on this extraordinary lifestyle website. We learn that she's been trying to sort of register everything that she wants to sell, right down to sort of whisks and spoons and cutlery and so on and so forth. But there's no doubt about it. This great website that was going to make her a fortune is just not happening. It's not working. Never mind her copyright problems that she's got right now. I think it's a question of supply. It's a question of marketing. It's a question of sales. She hasn't got this business together properly. She didn't plan it properly. It is not in a proper state now. It is almost unique for a business to be launched and 6 months later not to be in business. So American Riviera Orchard may struggle to even ever start, as far as I can see.
Yeah, Kevin's like, it's not going to get off the ground. It's going. I mean, what I love on your show is sometimes you'll just say to me, Kinsey, what's the latest update? What's available on the website? Like with a little tinge of, cattiness, because we know the answer is nothing. Let's get into some of the boring technical stuff, though. She's been given 3 months to respond to the non-final officer action issued by the United States Patent and Trademark Office. Failure to do so could result in her application being abandoned. So as you just pointed out, I'm looking forward to the launch of American Riviera Orchard in 2029. And despite reporting otherwise, through People magazine initially, I believe, Meghan must pay another $700 after failing to pay the correct fee initially. People had reported recently that she was all caught up financially in chasing these trademarks. Another reason why there was a failed bid is this requirement to amend the identification of goods, a multiple class application requirement, and a requirement to disclaim Riviera's description or descriptive wording. Anyone applying for a U.S. trademark runs the risk of refusal because the mark is geographically descriptive and could prevent others from being able to describe their products. I heard a lawyer saying this, like Riviera, American Riviera Orchard. She said, first of all, it's a mouthful. Then Riviera, I mean, a lot of people identify their location as Riviera, so that she's going to come up against that. But like you said, whisks, pots and pans, blatant, the vague term cooking utensils. Jeff Bezos must be shaking in his boots. Like, I've always wanted a Duchess of Sussex soap dispenser to wash away my sins. That's a long list of like random items. Don't you think she's taken on too much?
I do believe that she has. And you have to think, well, why didn't she think of this before? Why is this cropping up 6 months in? This business was not planned. And as you imply there, Kinsey, what Meghan's trying to do is she's trying to run before she can walk. So she's trying to launch American Riviera Orchard as if it's Amazon, a massive company. You can get everything here. Here, thousands and thousands of things are for sale. Look at the Kardashians, the way they sell things. They sell small and fast. They just put a little item on sale and it's sold out very quickly. And if it's sells out, they put it on again. They're very astute like that. Meghan doesn't seem to have learnt from the Kardashians, and therefore this business is not in business. It's extraordinary, and it's typical of Meghan, isn't it? You know, she's a flippity gibbet. She starts something, then she forgets it. So she launched this website. It clearly wasn't ready to be launched, and yet she insisted on doing it. Then what was it? A month later, she sends a few pots of jam to her best friends, 50 of her influencer friends, most of whom just chucked it in the bin. Then she sent out some plant-based dog biscuits or something. I mean, what on earth does she think she's playing at? This business is not in business.
The dog biscuits, like within hours after the Princess of Wales announces she's going to be at Trooping.
Yeah.
It's so predictable. But you're right about the Kardashians, because then after they launch just those few items and the website crashes, that becomes a story.
Yeah.
They're sold out, that becomes a story. And despite the fact that there were so few items, like if you look at Hailey Bieber's website right now, everybody talks about her new beauty line. She's got maybe 15, 20 products on the website, and things sell out quickly, and that becomes the story, that you weren't able to get your hands on it, and now everybody's just kind of salivating, waiting for the next drop. Can you believe that there has been a shift when it comes to the UK's favorite royal? I would have assumed for the rest of my life that it would be Catherine, the Princess of Wales.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not entirely surprised by it, although Kate is enduringly popular. So is William. But isn't Princess Anne showing them a head of steam or something? Is it Princess Anne?
No, it's actually Prince William.
Is it William? William
is dominating right now. So congratulations to Prince William. Maybe Prince Harry should contact William for image consulting, since William is at the top of the list and Harry and Meghan comfy at the bottom with Uncle Andrew. Also, the YouGov survey, this was over 2,000 people that were asked, found Prince William just ahead of his wife with 75%, the Princess of Wales 74%, but you're absolutely right, and the Princess Royal 71%. And Harry and Meghan actually aren't the least popular, thanks to Prince Andrew, 60% giving an unfavorable opinion of Prince Harry, 63% said they did not like Meghan Markle. Is this because Prince William has handled cancer between his father and his wife so gracefully? Is it because we see him more often?
I'll tell you what I think about Prince William and his popularity. First of all, there's no doubt whatsoever he's the cleverest member of the royal family. You know, by their standards, he's the intellectual of the clan. Because of his cleverness, he's able to handle situations in the limelight with consummate skill. And so, therefore, he's had a very difficult path to tread recently, obviously because of his dad and because of his wife. And he is handling that to perfection. The people admire him. They admire his bravery in these adverse conditions. And the way he always has a smile for everyone. So, unlike Harry, who I think finds it very difficult to work out whether or not to put his right foot or his left foot forward. You know, Harry is as intellectually ungifted as William is gifted. Harry is struggling because he's dim, because he's thick. He can't work out how to work his way through the difficult media scene. And, you know, we hear that he's constantly furious with these various image advisors in America, you know, and that's why he's looking to Britain to see if somebody can help him over here. Now, William is intelligent enough to listen. You don't need image advisors. Be yourself. Be a decent person and people will like you. Why is Prince Andrew the only person that's less popular than Meghan and Harry? It's because he's probably the only member of the royal family who's a worse person than both of them. I mean, they're unpopular because they're not very nice. You know, look at what they've done. Look at what they've done. Look at his book. Harry, you know, we're hearing now is, you know, maybe trying to hand out olive branches to reforge his relationship with the royal family, just as the paperback version of his nasty little book Spare is coming out for Christmas. How is he going to reforge friendships with the royal family with that venomous novel, that venomous tome out on sale again? And they say, oh, it was so nice of Harry because he didn't add anything to the book. So that was a real olive branch to the royal family. Was it hell? Was it hell? While that book's on sale, No one in the royal family is going to want to talk to him. And he wants to get popular again in Britain. He used to be popular because he was just himself. He was a fun-loving lad with a laugh and a smile for everyone and a joke. He didn't take life too seriously. Now he's turned into this pompous little psycho-babble spewing West Coast idiot going on about first responders and God knows what. And he's just not likeable. And as for his wife, I don't think I have to explain how unlikable she is. Look what they've done. I mean, you can't sit there in California and start calling the royal family racists, start calling all of Britain racists, and then expect us to go, oh, forget all about that. He has made his bed and he's going to have to lie on it.
Well, I would argue with you there because I think that Harry, there are certain aspects of what you said that are true. He was carefree, and that was a real attraction to people, just how joyful and carefree he seemed when the royal family seemed so graceful and delicate, and everything seemed so choreographed. However, the palace did a really good job of protecting Harry and creating an image for him because he was completely irresponsible, undisciplined. Remember when he took that vacation and was in a nightclub just, grinding and accidentally fell into a pool? And then TMZ released the videos of him in Vegas naked. I mean, the palace did really have to do a lot of work to make him a respectable young prince. He was crazy and out of control for a little bit, and some people were attracted to that aspect of him, but the palace did have to work overtime to make him somebody that the people could actually respect and not just be the butt of the jokes when it came to the family. And I think Prince William has done a good job. I think he's got a great head on his shoulders and he is very astute. But I also think that he listens to guidance when he's given it. And he knows when people know better than he does. And Prince Harry and Meghan are under the complete ignorant assumption that they are the smartest people in the room 99.9% of the time and don't listen to advice.
Exactly. It's a good point you make about the image makers at Buckingham Palace during Harry's wild days. But funny enough, you're right. They put a good spin on he's a fun-loving prince having fun in Vegas and all that. But in Britain, this is what British people are like. We loved him for all that. We love a drinker. We love people who get wild and sow their oats. People loved that about him. But looking back on it, you make a good point. He wasn't very responsible, and we see his headstrong tendencies now. He will not be told to do anything. And nor will Meghan, obviously. And that is the problem. That is the problem, that they've never taken advice. They always thought they knew best. And now look at them. She's running a website that's never going to start. Netflix are going to drop them. Then they won't have any form of income. I just cannot really work out what the hell it is he thinks he's doing. But he's clearly a lost soul. He is looking to come back to Britain. Came back, as you know, last week for his uncle's funeral, Lord Robert Fellowes, where he was in the same small church as William, and they didn't even speak. So people they're trying to overinterpret this back here in Britain by saying, oh, well, this was a real kind of situation where William agreed to be in the same room as him. And therefore, they're beginning to forge a relationship again. No, they're not. No, they're not. Harry knows that as long as Prince William is around, he will never be allowed back into the royal family. We're hearing, of course, that Harry has made overtures. I might want to come back and do some duties as a frontline working royal over William's dead body. It is never going to happen, which is why what was really interesting about them both being in that church, a country church in the county of Norfolk here in Britain, which is near Sandringham, the royal palace there, was as soon as that service was over, and apparently the atmosphere between the two brothers was absolutely arctic, not a word spoken between them. Think about that. Think about that. Harry then proceeded directly after that ceremony to Charles Althorp's place in Northamptonshire, where Diana is buried. Now, Charlie Althorp hates the royal family, and the royal family aren't keen on him either. So Harry, I think, is courting a sort of separate royal court here. I think he will come back a lot. He will stay with Charles Althorp and say, hey, we're the Diana gang. You know, so love me because of my mother. That lot, William and that lot, they're the non-Diana gang. So make your choice. That's where I think Harry's thinks his future lies. And if he thinks that's going to make him popular back in Britain, good luck with that, Harry, because it ain't going to happen.
That's so funny that you say that about being, you know, Prince William being in the same room, being an olive branch, because like I also cover murder here in the States, and I'm in rooms with people I don't like all the time because it's my job.
Yeah.
Not because I'm doing anybody, not because my heart has grown 3 times bigger. Yeah. But the Spencer family, according to the Daily Beast, are working hard to get the brothers to reconcile. But I'm with you. I really have felt for a long time, if you watch Harry and Meghan's Netflix show, they've got the big life-size portrait of Princess Diana in the baby's room. You know, Prince Harry consistently comparing Meghan Markle to Princess Diana. There is a real campaign to own Diana's legacy, and I don't think Prince William's playing it. I think this is again Harry and Meghan, you know, playing a game by themselves. But friends of Princess Diana's family told the Daily Beast that it's an important recognition of the fact that blood is thicker than water when it comes to both of the boys at that funeral. It's a mature, promising sign that their private disagreements are not going to be allowed to overshadow important family events. We spoke about this on your show. Yes, it is mature. We appreciate the fact that they were both there. And another friend and neighbor of the Spencers told the Daily Beast, behind the scenes, the Spencers have been working hard to get the brothers to reconcile. They understand William's hurt at Harry's betrayal, but they also understand Harry's position because of the way Diana was treated by the Windsors. I would argue that Princess Diana wasn't always treated nicely by members of the Spencer family. Like, there are plenty of stories of her feeling betrayed by her brother, feeling alone, being scared because she felt like she had no place to go. I know that her brother in the last few years, especially in his quest to take on the BBC over the Panorama interview, I know he's been a good brother since she's passed. But I don't know if, while reading the pages of Diana, her true story, and listening to some of her audio interviews, I don't know if she felt the love from the Spencer family that Prince Harry is likely enjoying these days.
I think she did have a fairly unhappy upbringing. Her mother, Acid Rain Spencer, was not renowned as
that was her stepmom.
Yeah, she was not renowned as the most loving of stepmothers. The thing about
Diana pushed her down the stairs at Earl Spencer's first wedding.
There you go. Well, you know, Charlie Spencer is an intellectual. He's a historian. And I think there was a sort of divide between him and Diana, because Diana, love and admire her, though we all do, she was not a towering intellectual. So I think there was a kind of difference there. But the idea that Harry is courting some kind of reconciliation with the royal family through the auspices of Charlie Althorp is absolutely absurd. Charlie Althorp, the royal family can't stand the sight of him, and vice versa. No, I think Harry just has this idea that somehow he can come back, hang out with Charlie Althorp and say, we're the Diana gang. That lot aren't. Who are you going to go for? Well, we know who they'll go for. They'll go for William. You know, I'm not sure that I'm buying what the Daily Beast is saying. Think about this. They're going, oh, it's very mature of two brothers to stand in the same church and then not say a damn word to each other. Is that really that mature? I don't decry William for not talking to him. But the idea that somehow or other this is the beginning of a rapprochement between the two brothers, it's just utter rubbish. It's utter rubbish. But I do think we're going to see Harry back in Britain a lot more, because somehow or other he is desperate to get back the popularity he used to have here. As I said earlier, good luck with that, Harry, because I don't think it will happen. And then I think the question we have to ask is, since he clearly does want to spend a lot more time back in Britain, we're hearing he misses his old mates, wants to go down the pub again, and so on and so forth, like in the old days. If he comes back here on sort of prolonged bases, what about the marriage? What about Meghan back in America, back in California? Because there's no way she's coming with him. I've said this to you many times, Kinsey, and I think you kind of agree that I don't think Meghan will ever set foot in this country here in Britain ever again. Basically, she hates Britain, and frankly, the feeling's kind of mutual. So I don't think she'll come here again. Harry will come on his own. You've got to start asking questions about the future of that marriage, I think.
I think it's fair, especially looking at the different directions they're going professionally. American Riviera Orchard is just the TIG. It's just the TIG, but with a retail arm. I think that if they were to ever separate, they are married in the state of California. So if they divorce in the state of California, I think everything is split 50-50. Yeah. But that gives her something to walk away with that is truly just her brand, and it's not a deal that has both of their names on it like Spotify was, like Netflix is. But we discussed heavily this Daily Mail article that suggested Prince Harry was looking for advice when it came to how he could return to the UK. And then Team Harry and Meghan took a break from their typical rebuttal press release service, People Magazine allegedly, to tell the Telegraph that Harry has no interest in returning to royal duties in the UK and is focused solely on his future in the United States. Do you think that this was a quick rebuttal after really sensing the hostility that came from that Daily Mail article, realizing that he was rejected and wanting to quickly squash the rumor because he didn't want to be embarrassed by the rejection?
I think so, and I believe that the Mail story is true. I do think that Harry has sounded out the possibility of coming back. I think in his ideal world, if the royal family allowed him to do, shall we say, 3 months' worth of frontline royal duties, ribbon cutting, opening libraries and bridges and all that stuff that they do, that would be ideal for him. He'd love that. However, as the Queen said during Megxit, you cannot be half in and half out. You either are a frontline royal or you're not. Because don't forget, Meghan and Harry kind of courted that idea at the first. That's what they suggested. Oh, we'll do a few royal engagements and then we'll go back to California and make millions of dollars for Netflix and all that. Queen said, no, you're either in or you're out. And that situation will remain the same as far as the royal family are concerned. He will not be allowed to do just a few engagements. But he did sound it out, because you know what he's like. He's like a child. The grass is always greener. So, marries, I'm going to marry Meghan. Yeah, grass is greener here. Yeah, I'm married to her. Oh, she wants to go to America. Yeah, the grass is greener in America. Oh, I don't really like it in America. Oh, the grass is greener back in Britain. It's just like a kid. He always wants what he hasn't got. So what he hasn't got now is popularity in Britain or the ability to perform royal functions. He wants that, but he's not going to get it. He did make overtures. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And you're right, Kinsey. Now that he's realised that is a closed door slammed right in his face, and he's realised that the people of Britain don't really want to see him ever again. He said, oh, no, I never wanted to do that. I never wanted to. Don't be ridiculous. I'm very happy in America. If he's happy in America, I really would hate to see the definition of him being unhappy in America. What on earth is he doing? What is he doing? I mean, don't tell me, the Invictus Games, that's not really an American project. That's a project he had before he even went to America. And for that, we salute him. It's an excellent event. Good for him. What else is he doing? What else is he doing? Nothing, as far as I can see. As we discussed on my show the other day, he's going to New York later this month, and he may clash with William there, who might be there for the Earth shot. I guarantee they won't speak again. Apart from that, he looks like a ship adrift. He looks like a lost soul. When they went to Colombia recently, he looked absolutely dejected, and we're hearing that he is sick and tired of being overshadowed by his attention-seeking wife when they go on these weird pretend royal tours. I wonder if we'll see any more of those. They're just ridiculous. They don't make any sense at all. But everywhere they go, I think he feels like he's playing second fiddle. So there he is, obsessed when he's in Britain about being the spare. Guess what? He's in California. He's the spare again. He's not a happy man, I'll tell you.
Prince Harry, lacking popularity and purpose. But you're right, in Nigeria, it was all about Meghan being partially Nigerian. In Colombia, it was about the vice president watching a reality show on Netflix and wanting to invite Meghan over, I guess because she enjoyed the reality show on Netflix. But just on this topic, Harry and Meghan seem to be reacting to absolutely everything lately. There is a rebuttal almost daily. There is something truly graceful about never complain, never explain. Do you agree?
Totally. This is the problem with another reason William will not let Harry within 1,000 miles of the royal family is because he believes that Harry represents an existential threat to the British monarchy, insofar as he does not behave in the way that members of our royal family have to behave. The Queen set the mould. Never complain, never explain. You just take all the crap that comes at you. You have to. And you don't complain. And whatever you do, you don't explain. There's a sort of silence and a mystique about it. Harry, with the help of Meghan, has driven a 10-ton truck through that, has smashed it to smithereens by revealing everything about himself, by hurling insults at the royal family, saying they're racists, going on about, his private parts. God, the first time he had sex in a field behind a pub.
My God, I forgot about that.
This is not royal behaviour, and
No.
it cannot be allowed. It cannot be allowed. So when you talk about the grace of never explain, never complain, it's more than that. It is the royal family's survival technique, and you must maintain the mystique. And Harry has smashed the mystique of the royals, and that's why William will never let him back, because he can't be trusted. He's an emotional, excitable individual, childish, who cannot stop himself just verbally vomiting whatever he's thinking at that moment. And that is damaging to the point of an existential threat to the royal family, hence his exile. I hope he enjoys California, because I think he's pretty much stuck there. Until Donald Trump becomes president and he'll kick him out of America.
Okay, no, I'm going to wrap here in a second because I know you have to jump on and do your show on Talk. But people can watch live on YouTube, or they can stream later on YouTube as well. But I just quickly wanted to make the point too. You talk about how Harry and Meghan asked if they could do half in, half out. They didn't, Kevin. Remember, they under the royal family's nose, they launched a website where they announced that they would be half in, half out. They announced
That's
their
right.
plans without asking permission from the royal family. And I think that is why Prince William will always say no way, because they don't respect the hierarchy. They don't respect the procedure, the protocol. And like you said, that these crucial elements that aren't just because they're old and stuffy, but because there are elements of survival in some of these techniques. And I just think that the fact that they would be so audacious to tell the royal family that this is the way things were moving forward is one of the reasons why Prince William is so unforgiving when it comes to Harry and Meghan.
Yeah, of course, and he's unforgiving because of all the insults that Harry and Meghan have thrown at poor Kate. And let's not forget the Queen's fury. You talk about them announcing things without asking permission, just assuming that they've got the right to do this. You're right, they did just suddenly announce, this is what we'll be doing from now on. The Queen just says, no, you won't be doing that. And I love the name of your podcast, you know, when the Queen said, recollections may vary. That was the Queen's version of saying, you're a bloody liar. That's exactly what it was. And let's not forget that the Queen was furious and very upset when they stole her childhood nickname for their little daughter, Lilibet. They did not ask the Queen, can we call our kid by your childhood nickname? And suddenly it was Lilibet. And the Queen, we learned afterwards, said, you know, I haven't got very much in life. As the Queen, you know, they don't really own much. They're allowed to live in all these palaces and have all these artworks, but they really belong to the state. So she said, I haven't really got very much. I don't really own much at all. But the only thing I did own was my name, and they've stolen it from me. That's what she said about them nicking the name of Lilibet. That's outrageous. It's outrageous. And basically, everybody's worked this couple out, and they're not getting away with it. And that's why they're both furious. And as you say, they're denying that. Oh, but that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Every time they say something isn't true, Kinsey, you can take it to the bank. It's true.
So it's all the confirmation we need. Thanks, People
exactly.
Magazine.
When they deny something, it's a confirmation.
All right, Kevin, you've been such a joy. I can't wait to talk to you again soon. And thank you so much. I mean, if we made a list of all the things Harry and Meghan did wrong, we would be streaming 24 hours solid. I mean, you just reminded me of 3 or 4 different things that I had probably purposely removed from my brain, like the pub bang. Yeah. Thank God I'd forgotten about that. So it's just amazing all of the missteps they've taken over the last few years, and it's been fun to recap some of that with you. So thank you so much.
Always a pleasure, Kinsey. Great to talk to you.
If you agree with us, disagree with us, let us know in the comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share with a friend. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.